Hello, once again, dear viewers, and welcome back to another Moonflower Tarot reading. And today I'm going to be channeling messages for star seeds from the divine for anybody who might need to hear it today. I'm keeping it open, and pretty much what this channeled message is about is to reconnect your soul to the divine, your star seed origins. And right away, this message is channeled for you. Only take what resonates. Only take what you know is right for you with this one. I was taken to a few specific star seeds coming through today. Before I shuffled, there was the Andromeda star seeds, Sirius, Pleiadian, hearing Lyra just a little, but mostly focusing on the intentions of bringing in messages for those seeking it who identify as being star seeds or celestial beings today. So I'm going to be taking a look at your overall energy. If you resonate with this and this is your reading, and I'm going to be looking into what messages from your soul family or star seed origins you might need to hear today. So let's take a look at the energy you're presenting. The Knight of Wands keeps coming up, and I feel like that's very interesting. It's very straightforward. There's a lot going on. It feels like you might be going through a repetitive cycle at this point in time, but I'm hearing freeze framing through it. It's your soul and your energy is progressing whether your life is or not. The first thing I'm seeing is there is steady forward movement, but it's like slow and steady. You're dealing with some sort of manifestation you know is fast approaching, and you are in a state of mind where you're taking your time. I'm seeing oranges and clementines. So you either might need to be having more of that in your life. Clementines are a winter fruit, so perhaps you're dealing with this going on in the middle of winter, or they're a fruit I normally associate with winter. Oranges are good for the sacral. They're a very watery fruit that's also cleansing and healing. So if it feels like you're going through an area in your life where you're stagnant, there's just a lot of blockages being removed, because if you're being put in alignment with your manifestation, sometimes our energies take time to release a lot of what doesn't serve us, and it takes a lot of time to recuperate from that release. You could be also dealing with a little bit of a sicknesses, illnesses, because of this season or whatever is happening in your life right now, because this could also be a season of your life where you need to take care of yourself and slow down, almost like the preparation to come out of hibernation, but you're not quite there yet and you're not quite ready, and that's okay. If there's a lot going on in your life, take your time, absolutely. And if you are dealing with a lot of spiritual awakenings and a lot of things happening in your life right now, it is a time to take it slow, to know that you are being put in alignment with your manifestations and your highest good, because there's a lot of soul light around you. There's a lot of pure energy, because I'm still being taken to an orange, and that type of fruit is very healing and rejuvenating and soothing for your soul. And your sacral chakra might need to work just a little bit, because now I'm seeing the color caramel around you, and I do feel like very flowy. So you're in this state of you're not stagnating, you're slowly releasing and replenishing your light. That is what I'm seeing coming through. This is a time of refreshing, a time of good news, a time of you stepping into your truest, authentic self and actualizing where your soul came from is definitely part of this issue of releasing stagnancy. It's honoring where you have come from in the past and releasing what doesn't serve you so you can move on, and taking in any light after going through releasing so much darkness is very key and essential. And definitely I'm seeing a lot of orange colored fruit, so you might be drawn to or feel the need to eat certain types of fruits right now that are nourishing for your soul, because like because now I'm being taken to cantaloupe, and certain types of melons are actually very soothing for your stomach, and soothing your stomach in that way and nourishing it and hydrating is what helped clear this the sacral chakra, along with deep meditation, stepping into this beautiful, fiery, passionate energy. Because I'm seeing a lot of candles lit around you. I'm seeing a lot of just this almost going into the wilderness, pure energy. And I keep hearing the phrase stagnation, stagnation. So, what is happening is you're moving on from an old cycle and releasing the past. And it might feel at first like you're stagnating. But the truth is you're taking it slow. Your body, your soul, your nervous system needs time to adjust to these changes. You're going through growing pains, really. It takes time. So don't be nervous. It's not over yet. I'm hearing it's not over yet. You're going to receive. I'm hearing a lot of good news coming in the future. If you've been wanting something, you've been want to bring something into your life or start something new, or been feeling like nothing is happening on your spiritual journey, this is a sign that something good is coming in. You're going to be receiving a lot of good news, but you are being prepared for it. You're in a state of preparation, not stagnation. Because now I'm also half reading this as the Hanged Man in reverse, where you do have a lot of good, passionate ideas. You have a lot of that forward thinking, forward movement, and you're being told to take it slow during this time of adjustment, because it's just anchoring in that frequency of whatever's coming in into your being so you don't lose it when you move on. It's like you pack your suitcase with all the things you take with you, you leave behind what you don't need, but you make sure that that suitcase is zipped properly, and you make sure that it gets on, with the rest of your luggage, and then you can lift off into a new adventure. But you just got to make sure that's all settled in. So your life right now is taking a turn in a positive direction. Even though it might feel like it's stale or stagnating, it's really just you imbibing entirely that state of being that is going to translate into this next cycle of your life. So keep that in mind when you're moving forward, to just take it slow. When life takes a pause, take a pause with it. And when life moves forward, move forward with it. That's the biggest message I'm getting. And it's easy to forget, like we are constantly co-creating with the universe. But especially if you identify as an older soul or a star seed, it's hard to think about the idea of having to, or having the capacity to dream of something in the higher realms and dream of something and know it can be and it come into reality and existence, and having that inner knowing from past incarnations, but then not remembering the phase of manifestation where you wait, you align with it, you vibe with it, and the clearing phase is almost over for you. I'm hearing it's just about transmuting some old pattern of behavior or energy within you to align you with whatever's coming into your life, and your higher power and your soul because wherever you came from across space and time, it might have been a lot easier to manifest there. There might not have been as much karmic baggage or shadows, or the depth of your wisdom is very pure and aligned. It's the frustrations of this physical plane in this place and time where we are as people, and readjusting to essentially a form of time dilation. The time it takes to achieve manifestations might be a lot longer depending on the amount of dense energy and gravity you have in you. And the further you pull yourself away from that density, the faster these things flow into your life. But it's just a matter of getting in alignment with a higher frequency. So if when you were in places like Sirius or Andromeda or Mintaka or the Pleiades, the time between you wanting something to happen and it being so was probably a lot shorter in between. In those high frequencies, time dilation, there's not a lot of space between the two. Here, we're in a denser reality. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of shadows. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of pain, and there's a lot of blockages. So the time between what you want and saying what you want and getting what you want is a little bit longer in between. And that's just it. It's just the type of frequencies you have to transmute. You know, you transmit your wants to the universe and then you have to transmute to align with it, but it takes time and it's all energy. There's no literal timeline or deadline for anything. It's all energy and transmutation. So, first of all, I'm going to say if you're still here, you're on the right track. You're doing everything right because you're still committing to getting what you want and what you know you deserve, and it's never too late. It's never too late to start healing. It's never too late to start loving. It's never too late to start learning. We are continually evolving as souls, and you've done it so far. If you made it here and you identify with a Starseed, you understand that, you know, this light you hold in your hands is your power. You can manifest anything you want, and that's a very beautiful gift to have. So okay, that's interesting. So this card, okay, this card goes either way. Let's see what the overall message of this. Okay, well, now that's interesting. Um, we're going to try something new. Hold on. Okay. So, okay. I'm getting the song I'm Gonna Soak Up the Sun by Sheryl Crow. And I kind of understand this energy, but I want to try to put it into words. And I will link all the songs that I channel in the description below if it helps you with your healing journey. Yeah, I got the song Soak Up the Sun. It's not about having what you want, it's about wanting what you got. But above all, you soak up the sun and enjoy your life. And I'm feeling like this combative energy. Like I was told, put this Knave of Cups here, and that's you in the future. And this is you right now in the present moment. And this is what's standing in between you filling your cup now, here, and being able to step into this new phase of your life where you are just constantly filling your cup, filling the cup of others who fill you, and starting this brand new, almost like not naive, but like I'm reading this as the Fool and the Knave of Cups. But right now it feels like you're the Fool in reverse almost, because it's you want to step into this new energy, but there's something in the way. And I'm going to get some clarifications because you are doing the work to fill your cup. You're doing all that inner work. And I'm hearing some of you are actual channelers. You channel messages from the divine. So you know what you need to do and you know what you're doing, but there's just this one blockage right here, and it's I'm gonna get a clarification because it could be either way. Okay, so I think I understand what this is. Give me one moment. Okay, hold on. Uh, excuse me for a second. Okay. Woo-wee. So what's blocking you? This internal battle or struggle. It might be the lack of belief or confidence in yourself. Because I feel like this might be just an internal battle, an internal conflict. Um, if there's a discrepancy between what you feel you should be getting in your life or what you've been aligning with in your physical world, don't worry. Just follow through with whatever messages you are receiving and downloading. And if it does help, write it down just so you can remind yourself of the information you have been receiving to reassure yourself that all your needs are going to be taken care of, that you're in alignment with the divine and everything is going to work out in your favor. So it's almost like there's this blockage too with the idea of receiving material and financial abundance and having a breakthrough in receiving, because I'm also hearing you've been receiving messages that this is coming in. Excuse me for a second. I feel a little bit slow and tongue tied because I'm almost feel like I'm being blocked from seeing what this blockage is. And maybe that's just it. Maybe because you're being forced to slow down and be in this area of pause, you don't necessarily see how or when whatever you're asking for is coming in, but you know it's coming in. However, to receive it, you need to be in a state of mind where you're just free flowing, where you just naturally trust that it's coming to you and you don't need to know the place and time. It comes to you when it's time, when it's time. And I know it's hard to say that sometimes when you're so eager and you feel like you need to receive it now, whatever this may be, because it might be just a lack of internal stability or confidence in yourself and your gifts or what you know is right and true and what you're receiving. And that's perfectly normal. And the thing is this blockage isn't a bad thing. This is rejection as God's protection energy. There's a combative energy within you that you just need to work through and transmute and just realize that maybe that combative energy is there for you to actualize something in yourself you didn't know existed, like an inner truth or an inner strength. Because oftentimes, especially if you're awakening to a starseed origin, and even I'm going to give an example from my own awakening because I've been called to do that a lot more recently, is I almost wanted to refuse that starseeds existed at first. I wanted to refuse full out when I received so many messages of all the lives I lived and thinking, that's not me. That can't be me. And so I did write it all down. And then I looked back at the life I had in those visions and those dreams and the life that I'm living now. And I'm like, the only difference was I was in a different body. I was at a different time and place. I was a different person on a different planet. But the soul transmutes and translates energy no matter where it is or comes from. But I didn't want to believe it at first. And it's hard to believe when you see evidence around you that maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe it's in your head. And if you've been born into some sort of environment that reinforces that idea of this can't be true, or just forces you to reject your own reality, reject your own personhood in a way. Of course, it's going to be easier to disregard anything that comes in from the divine, anything that comes in from God. But remember, human beings have been receiving channel messages since like before the Bible was even written, before the Torah was written, before the freaking pyramids were built. Human beings have been receiving messages since the beginning of time from the divine and co-creating with spirit. That's just a part of our own legacy. So the idea of us incarnating on other planets and doing the same darn thing, I mean, how is that far removed from reality? I mean, we do it all the time. Like our ancestors literally came from a giant landmass and we're monkeys. Like, how is it so far removed from our reality that our souls came from a world where we were freaking fish people, or we could fly, or we had wings, or maybe you were a bird in a past life, or maybe you were a seagull. Who knows? It's literally limitless potential for how the soul chooses to manifest into reality and to exist. So, why, dear Starseed, is it impossible for you to have come from another world? Or how is it impossible that you can be in communication with God or the divine or your ancestors? Because this feels like almost a crisis of faith, an internal battle. And if you align with this, y'all, we do this all the time. And if you've already gone to that level of awakening where you do know your star seed, you do know where you came from, but there's still something blocking you, and it might just be this ability to channel messages fluidly. And if you need to protect your crown chakra, definitely do your research or even tap into your ancestors, because if this is something you inherited from your ancestral line, because as a fellow human being, we all have different ways of protecting our chakras. And you know, get like a head wrap or a bandana for your crown, or wear your hair differently, or do something to soothe your head, or like get a scalp massage, go to a Reiki healer. Like there's so many beautiful things you could do to help clear your energy. You don't need to do it alone. So we're going to be transmuting this energy for you where there's nothing blocking you from this coming through, because it's just going to be free flowing. So the biggest message is stand true with your truth and power, and trust that these gifts are yours. Trust that these messages are meant for you to receive, that you are more psychic than you could ever imagine, and that it's perfectly normal for a person to connect with the divine and receive messages. And so continue to fill your cup, because we are transmuting this energy and I'm showing you how to do it. And you can choose to take this with you, and you can choose to go where you want in life. But let me just show you how to do it. So we're going to turn this up, right? And you're going to be able to free flow into a new beginning, because you deserve to have this stability. You deserve to know you deserve it, and to be okay with wanting it. It's okay to want money. It's okay to want nice things. You're literally a being of infinite potential. What you want is yours to have. You are co-creating with the universe. There is nothing that's off limits. That is alignment with your soul. It's just tapping into your true soul potential and purpose, and realizing that, hey, everything that you want and is alignment with you is yours. Not can be yours, it is yours. And you can always change your mind. So let's get some more advice about ways you can have this come through, because one of the biggest things is just standing in your power and authenticity, and trusting in God that these messages are coming through for your highest good. And if messages are not coming through right now, sometimes when we go through bursts of spiritual awakening, God forces us to be in a state of rest. And so from my own personal life, because my angels keep Sandalphon. If you don't know Sandalphon, if you're new here, she is one of the angels who guides me during these readings. She wants to give me the push to do a lot of personal experience stories. So I'll do that. Basically, whenever I've had like a big, okay, actually, I'll give an example. Right now, I'm having a big root chakra expansion awakening after going through like literally all my chakras in the last month. It was like crown, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and now we're going through a root chakra awakening. So basically, I just went through a massive like info dump of stuff I went through in another life that literally is parallel to what I went through in this life. And after that, I literally just sat down and zoned out for an hour. I sat down and I just breathed and I meditated, and I felt so much better. It kind of felt really surreal, because I hadn't been in that state in a long time. But I went through, like, for the last few weeks, so much clearing. So much came through me, came out of me emotionally. It was just a matter of that blockage of not trusting where I was in the present moment, and reliving a lot of anxiety, despite the fact that I've been doing this for 4.5 years. We are always continuing to grow and evolve. And I had been nurturing and feeding the part of my soul that needed to be, especially that inner child, especially that inner knowing of everything will be okay. And every time I was reassured everything was going to be okay, I believed it. And then I repeated that to myself. So, whatever messages I got from the divine that came to me, from my angels, from God, from my dreams, I literally repeated to myself in my waking life. And then when I couldn't find the answers within, I literally would just go to outside sources. I would either pray, I would ask for assistance, I would go online and talk to someone, or just, literally, like, I sometimes I watch tarot readings too. It helps. We're all working together and speaking the same language, and sometimes we need reminders, so there's no shame in that. Like, every psychic needs a psychic because we're all working together. We're all family in this universe, and we're a community. We build upon each other, we pick each other up. And if you can't find that light in you, and you're trying to, sometimes you just need someone else to remind you how you release. And that's literally how I was even able to tap into my root chakra. I sought an outside source. They delivered a message to me. It clicked with me. And then I was like, oh, I'm brand new. Today, I had so many things that I could have worried about, that I would have worried about in the past, but I'm not, because I'm not living in the future yet. I'm living in the present moment. And I trust that when God says everything's going to be okay, and I keep getting visions and views of my manifestations, I know it's going to be okay. And once you do that clearing, you're going to feel that grounded and calm energy, because I'm going to just tell you what a healed and nurtured root chakra feels like. It feels like waking up, seeing everything that might go wrong, but just not even listening to that part of you. It feels like being so calm and serene that you just feel like you had this beautiful, peaceful nap. It's just beautiful energy. And just, I feel that even right now. It's just so beautiful. It's this purple color, this lavender, this just joy and peace. It's this soothing energy in your stomach, and just knowing you're going to be okay. And that's the energy I want to share with you right now. You are going to be okay. You are. And repeat that to yourself every day, every time you feel yourself falling back into the old habit of not trusting your gifts or ability, or just looking too much at the outer world and what they've told you is right and what they told you is true. And sitting with yourself for a moment and saying, I am okay. I am enough. My life matters. I matter. I am cared for and protected by the universe, and I deserve to have this happiness in my soul. And light yourself a candle and declare to the universe, I deserve this blissful state of mind. I deserve to feel grounded and respected and loved and nurtured. And I deserve to shine my light and speak my truth. And it will be so, because you've declared it to be so. You know it to be so. Don't let the monsters in your mind block you from what you know is yours and what is true, because those monsters aren't you either. It's just the manifestation of a lot of the turmoil you pick up on the world around you, and that's normal. And that's okay, because in time it will go away. And what is meant for you will be yours, and what is not for you will not. It is not yours to carry and not yours to bear, dear star seeds. And you don't have to repeat the same cycles as you were in those other worlds. You are clearing your chakras and flowing with the universe and the divine. And now I'm going to leave you with one more message about what you get as a result of this blockage clearing. What is coming in for you? Okay, and I'm getting another channeled song. It's called Let Mercy Lead by Rich Mullins, and it is a Christian song, but basically, let mercy lead, let love be the strength in your legs. because you are reaching this higher power. Your burdens are being released because you sit in your authenticity and you sit in that power of knowing you are okay. Everything is going to work out in your favor. You are in alignment with your soul. And if you ever find yourself falling, trust God will catch you. Ask God to catch you. Pour yourself into your faith, your wisdom, whatever messages you channel. Talk back to God and say, please, I need you. Carry me. And let that love carry you wherever you go. Because that love is yours to have, and that love is your birthright. And you have it, and it is so. So let the wings of God carry you and help you fly to wherever you go. Because at the end of this blockage, at the end of this releasing, at the end of this cycle, comes a brand new beginning where your burdens are released to the universe and you only have to carry one wand, the one that sparks joy in you and the one that brings you the most inner peace. So thank you once again for tuning in, dear viewers. I appreciate you being here and supporting this channel. I very much wish you the best of luck in this. Have a very nice day.